Good morning. This is Florida Plant Mama coming to you from Central Florida, Zone 9B. Now it's time for the next installation of this garden tour. We have here my herb slash medicinal section of the garden. All right. The idea behind this section is that it's close to the door, the sun. It's full sun, but not Florida full sun. So it gets good shade in the afternoon to give these plants some relief, and pretty much all of them need it. I just put down some fresh chopped straw. The straw works wonders at keeping the ground moist and keeping the heat out, so these plants stay a little cooler in the peak of this Florida heat. It is now July. The heat is no joke. Most folks have quit the gardening for the summer. And myself, I don't have a lot of vegetables going on right now, but my perennials, this is the time to prune them, make sure, take away the dead leaves, make sure they look good, and do the maintenance part of the garden to keep the weeds down and the ground moist. So I'm gonna point out these different herbs and tell you what their common uses are, okay? Now, as you notice, there are a lot of plants in here, okay? I do have a problem. It has a name. I call it high density planting. Yeah. I don't think this is exactly what they meant or intended by high density gardening, but this is what I took from the suggestion, okay? You know what the saying is, too much of any good thing becomes bad, right? So I gotta control myself, and the way I help myself to be controlled is to put down the chopped straw. Therefore, I do not see bare dirt. Therefore, I'm not compelled to stick a plant in every little open section, and the plants fare better, okay? So first off, we've got this right here. I'll point with my little stick here. We've got society garlic. So the society garlic is good for treating things like asthma, rheumatic pain, high blood pressure, and digestive problems. It makes this beautiful purple flower and it blooms, and if you chop the leaves up, they taste just like garlic. So if I ever run out of garlic, I can always come out here, grab some sprigs. It's a milder tasting garlic, but it works just the same. Here we have a little lavender plant. This baby is new. I didn't plant him from seed. I have a hard time getting lavender to grow from seed. But lavender, other than its lovely smell and the fact that it attracts butterflies and bees, is good for things like mood disorders, anxiety, insomnia. It's good for headaches. It helps with eczema, treats burns and wounds. All around lovely plant. This is a Penta, white Penta. Okay, so I don't know about any medicinal uses for Penta, but I like the way it looked, and it's a flower, and I interplant flowers pretty much everywhere in the garden because they bring in pollinators and they cheer me up. Nothing better than to come out to the garden and see a bunch of beautiful flowers blooming. It just gets that mood up, makes you feel great about being able to cultivate something. Also got this balloon flower right here. It's a little blue flower. Those grow prolifically in the perennials in Florida. Both the Penta and the balloon flowers are perennial in Florida. Here I got Purslane. Purslane grows as a weed in most places. People pull its stuff. But Purslane is actually an edible. Purslane is said to promote healthy arteries, prevent stroke, and other forms of heart disease. And it grows prolifically as well. It makes a beautiful flower. Right now it's not blooming, but I love the flower. That's Purslane. And here we have vincas, more flowers. I just like the white vincas. Isn't that pretty? Then we have my lovely St. Johns Wort right here. With little yellow flowers on that. That's pretty too. This area is shaded off kind of right now. St. Johns Wort is used as a muscle relaxant. It helps to treat things like menstrual cramps, mood disorders. It helps boost the immune system. And we've got Feverfew. As its name suggests, Feverfew has been known to treat fevers. It also supposedly has benefits such as helps with menstrual cramps, arthritis, actually helps bring on labor and make it last less amount of time. Also used as an anti-inflammatory, antiviral. Here we've got African blue basil. So it has all the benefits of basil. It smells divine. It attracts bees and butterflies, and it can last through the Florida heat. It is perennial, so you can eat basil all year long in Florida. Does it have the same exact taste as regular basil? Close enough in my opinion. And I don't have to worry about the basil dying down in the hot summer sun of Florida, July, kill you weather. So there's the basil. I just cut it back after the flowers are all spent and cut it back to its woody base. This one's about 2 years old and it grows back. It's sterile, so unlike regular basil, I can't just propagate or take these seeds and propagate the plant. It's propagated primarily by cuttings. African blue basil is an antioxidant. It promotes good digestive health, and it is known to promote wound healing. And I've got Sisu spinach in here. This is my alternative for regular spinach. I have a horrible time growing regular spinach in Florida. It catches so many diseases and the pests get to it before I even eat a leaf. But this Sisu spinach or Brazilian spinach, this has probably more vitamins than spinach, and it has similar properties when it's cooked down. It tastes great in a salad. It's all there behind the blue basil leaf. In here I got some more of that balloon flower. Oh, actually no, this is a mum's plant that is now spent. I like that for the flowers. It's supposed to be edible as well. Haven't eaten one. Okay, and then we have yarrow. Isn't that beautiful? I love yarrow. Yarrow is great for stopping hemorrhaging, for wound and wound healing. It's used as an anti-rheumatic medication and many more properties, but primarily yarrow is the wound plant. And we got bee balm here. Bee balm attracts bees and it attracts butterflies. My bee balm is not blooming yet, but it's growing very vigorously. Bee balm expels gas. It's used for menstrual cramps. It's used as an expectorant and to soothe sore throats. So a nice bee balm tea goes a long way. There we got some Asparagus Fern. I just like the way it looks. We've got another Stokezaster here for you. Isn't that pretty? And starry rosenweed. More flowers because again, I enjoy having the flowers in the garden. Down here, we got plantain. Now, plantain, this is not, the thing that looks like a banana. This is, I guess, plantain weed. We find this a lot as a weed. It is an immune booster. It's good for respiratory health. Helps with the digestive system. That's the plantain plant. This is Liatris. The blooms are now spent, but they are beautiful when they're in their prime. They're actually pretty even now. They keep vertical interest in the garden, even though the flowers are no longer vibrant and purple like they once were. We've got pepper plants in pots in the front here. That, and it continues. We have Echinacea. Echinacea is also an excellent plant to use to boost the immune system. And a bunch of them here. Oh, they are so pretty. More Stokezaster for interest. Lots of Echinacea. I just love the way the Echinacea stands out here. Got some other varieties back there. And here. See that? More of the Liatris. And a lily here that's been spent. It's another starry rose and weed. See the flower on that. There we go. Let's look at you. Pretty. Or Echinacea. Got a Cranberry Hibiscus. These things grow like weeds. Basically, you can just cut off a branch, stick it in the dirt, and it's as easy as that. That's exactly what I did with these 3 plants, as well as these. I love the burgundy interest. I love the height that they grow to. Just create interest in this area. And the color is lovely. Not to mention, they taste really good. They taste like cranberries. So here we got some more bloom flowers and my lovely, lovely Gunfrinas. Here, this is Coreopsis here. I'm not sure what this one is. It may be another version of Coreopsis. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. Okay. And right here, can you see where I'm pointing? Yeah, that's anise hyssop. It smells like licorice when you shake the leaves. It's wonderful. It's used as a breath freshener in teas and as a sweetener. It helps with upper respiratory infections, soothes the throat. It smells lovely. Then we've got goldenrod. Got a couple different kinds of goldenrod. We've got seaside goldenrod and sweet goldenrod. There. In the middle of my volunteer zinnias here. Another starry rose and weed. So goldenrod also has medicinal purposes or qualities. Goldenrod lowers blood pressure. It relieves muscle cramps. It treats or helps fight infections. And there's the butterfly pea. Butterfly pea has a beautiful blue indigo flower. I love this flower. It's so pretty. Oh. And what happens is you can pull the flowers. They're also an antioxidant. And you boil them in some water. They turn the water the indigo color. And you drink it as a tea. And it works as an antioxidant. It has all those antioxidant benefits. It attracts butterflies. It attracts bees. It attracts me. It's also been used as a dye. And then we got my queen's wreath over here. It's a bee flying by it. The queen's wreath also has a lovely flower on it. I'm planning on having this tree vine all the way over this arbor, just like the sweet pea is trying to do, or the butterfly pea is trying to do. Go in this area under the arbor. We've got a cucumber. It's struggling to survive. I'm gonna let it do what it does. The leaves are still green, still making flowers. So hopefully I can get at least a couple cucumbers out of it. We got another volunteer Cranberry Hibiscus here. And I've got a Scotch bonnet pepper growing up the mulberry tree. This mulberry tree is in its 2nd year. Hasn't started fruiting yet, but it's got a nice thick stem on it. Around here, got my knockout rose bush, making lovely flowers in here. That amaranth that's on its last leg, my volunteer amaranth, but it still looks so pretty that I can't bear to remove it. And we got The jasmine vine, still flowering a little bit, smells lovely. And the wisteria over here, this wisteria. I'm gonna train it across this wire here. I don't mind having wisteria flowers across the wire. Okay. And of course, a few more volunteer zinnias. Love it. So, this, my friends, is a herb garden, medicinal garden. On this side of it, we've got cracker jacket, one of those. Marigolds, cracker jacket marigolds. Marigolds are supposed to fight off insects or, dissuade them from flying around, negative pests, deterrent. They look pretty. Look at that flower. You ever seen that kind of marigold before? And of course, more Liatris. On this side of the garden, more marigolds. I got some holy basil. Holy basil is another one that stands up really well to the Florida heat and has the same benefits as the other basil. This you can sow seeds. It lasts a really long time and it smells beautiful. I got some plumbago because I love anything blue in the garden. And over here, we got more Balm back there. Some more holy basil. This is the other mulberry tree before it's ripened. When it's ripe, it's a juicy, black, sweet, delicious fruit. I love it. I come out here and I pick them, and no one else in the household eats them, which is fine with me because I eat them all. Close up look at my comfrey. And here, we've got a pomegranate tree that is growing nice and tall, but it's pissing me off because it still hasn't given me any pomegranates. Apparently, this is not the right variety of pomegranate for Florida. I believe this is it's the common one that they always try and sell you at the store, the big box stores. Ever-bearing pomegranate, something like that. I'll find the name and link it in there. More Liatris. A flower. I have to find the name of this and link it as well because I can't remember the name of this flower. Got some more Feverfew in here. And we got Shampoo Ginger. Shampoo Ginger, you don't eat it, but it grows ginger flowers that expel a liquid that you can use to wash things. It's like a soapy liquid and it's used for shampoo in places like Hawaii. Doesn't smell like anything specific, maybe a mild tropical smell, but I love the idea of a shampoo plant. Here we got 2 elderberry trees growing. They're still tiny, making their way into the world. Elderberries are great teas, when used as teas for upper respiratory infections, as expectorant and immune boosters as well. And then we have another jasmine plant. I am just fascinated by the smell of jasmine and the look of the little delicate flowers. Okay, guys. So what do you think? This is the medicinal herb section of my garden. Guys, I appreciate the views. And I hope to see you for the next installation, the next zone of the garden.